At his luxurious home in Nairobi's Karen, 56-year-old Senate Speaker Kenneth Lusaka is singing along to Les Wanyika's favorite release, Amigo.
This is my mother. Hey! This is my daughter. How are you? Mzuri sana. Good to see you. Hey, karibu sana. Yes. Karibu. Yes. All right.
He is a rumba fanatic with over 4 decades of molding, and the process is not yet complete. He tells me he relaxes his mind by listening to cocktails of the Congolese music, his favorite musicians being Franco Luambo Luanzo Makiadi and Jules Shungu Wembadio Peneki Kumba.
This is Papa Noel. So this was when I was being confined with the EGH, Elder of the Golden Heart, having become a speaker by the President Uhuru Kenyatta. Yes. Then this is my family. This is my mother. I lost my dad way back in 1995. So this is my first daughter. This is the husband, my son-in-law. This is my firstborn. This is of course my wife. This is my last-born daughter, and that is my son. I have two daughters and one son. He's a lawyer. Yes. Yes, these are arts. This is my Dr. Margaret Makelo, my wife.
Doctor?
Doctor, PhD holder in plant breeding from South Africa. Yes. This is of course myself. You can see here a good young man who does very good artwork. After I had become the speaker and the president came for, it was my Thanksgiving in Webuye. So they had now nullified the elections and he had come for campaign, so we combined. It was a Thanksgiving and then also campaigning for him. Yes, this is my wife. Yes. This is, remember in my speech there was a lot of, I was talking about God. This is a bishop who was now blessing me after I had, it's the same day after I had become a speaker. So it was a prayer kind of Thanksgiving. Yeah, the same function where the president attended.
This is
Webuye, yes. Yeah.
But outside his soft family life, he says 2019 has been a difficult year in Parliament. A standoff between the Senate and the National Assembly over the division of revenue bill, putting him in an awkward situation, trying to push for more money to counties while attempting to please the executive that was adamant in having more money to the devolved units.
It is uncouth, it's unacceptable, lack of decorum, and it is demeaning the status of the Senate.
But to say that let's not give counties money because there's corruption is cutting off your nose to spite your face. It is a defeatist, self-defeatist argument, Mr. Speaker.
It put me in a very awkward position because remember that the executive had also given a position, and that's the Treasury, that they were only going to give that amount of money. And then the Senate, of course, had given their own position. The National Assembly had given their own position. Obviously, as head of the senators expect, and I'm a servant of the House, and therefore I must serve the interests of the House. And what, yes?
Did you send a radical team to the mediation?
Yeah, of course, when you are going for a negotiation, you pick your best negotiators. You send a team that will articulate well the issues of the Senate, because the other team will also send like, National Assembly send the leadership.
When we met Lusaka at his Karen home, he had just returned from Western Kenya. He had hosted Deputy President in Tongaren, Bungoma County during the launch of the Technical and Vocational Education and Training. The Senate Speaker aligning himself to the Deputy President's wing in the 2022 succession arithmetics. He appears to be angling for the Deputy's position if Ruto selects a running mate from the populous Western Kenya region.
The way the BBI report is, you have to stand for elections in a constituency to go to parliament before you can be picked as a prime minister. For me, if I was to choose, somebody came with all this, I'll say I want to be, say, deputy president. Kimilili, you know, it will mean going to Kimilili to be elected as a member of parliament, then come to parliament, again to be appointed then by the president, because again then you are now at the mercy of the president.
Lusaka was home alone for the day. His wife, a PhD holder in plant breeding, was away on official duties.
What's your favorite sport?
Football, of course. At the international level, I support Arsenal.
What is your favorite meal?
My favorite meal, of course, like any other person from Western Kenya, is chicken. But again, what I've done now is I have off starch and sugar and all that, and that's why you can see that last time when you interviewed me, my size was I was quite big, but you can see that I've reduced by over 14 kilos ever since I stopped starch, and I've encouraged also other members of the Senate. If you look at Sakaja, if you look at Malala, the senator for Kakamega, if you realize I've all changed.
Where did you meet your better half?
In 1988 elections in Webuye, that was the year that we had very hot politics in Webuye. That's between Alfred Sambu and Joash Wamangoli. So that's where we met, because we were in the same camp in terms of supporting our candidate. So we used to meet every day to review, and then one thing led to the other, and then we eventually got married. This is my wife. Yes. This is, remember in my speech there was a lot of, I was talking about God. This is a bishop who was now blessing me after it's the same day after I had become a speaker. So it was a prayer kind of thanksgiving. Yeah, the same function where the president attended. Webuye, yes. Yeah.
Stephen Leto, Citizen TV.